American Mayhem / stateside poem in 3 voices. I'm pumping gas into my car. I'm under my parasol watching the first battle of the Civil War. I'm the passenger in a 4-seater plane flying at or below 6,500 feet. We have a relative speed. Look away for several minutes and the landscape changes completely. Home is somewhere out there beyond the tents, the gathered cannon. The battle draws near. I've embedded my laptop under my hoop skirt. It's tricky to access the keyboard, email improbable. My opera glasses fail, but I don't need them at this proximity. Someone brought a dog, but pity the poor horses. Whose idea was the picnic, the champagne? It seemed a good one before the actual shooting, before the bleeding began. Preposterous, this bleeding, a carnival of carnage. I shift my skirt to cover my ankles, sniff a violet sachet. Out the window, seared grasses and tiny trees, a geometry striped green, gold, yellow. Grandpa hides his tobacco behind the outhouse. The slaves have run off. I'd like to send a message, a goddamn email. I'm encumbered by my parasol. I can barely breathe in this fucking corset. Ants advance across the blanket. I need a large legal pad to continue this piece about the war. I'll record it in my journal. I'll mail a copy to my sister. I'll learn to knit socks. I'll pray. The pilot radio's air traffic control house, The pilot radio's air traffic control houses laid in precise mosaic form a labyrinth when you pass overhead. A burst of static, a voice dictates numbers. A burst of gunfire, the air singed acrid with smoke. The noise won't stop even when I cover my ears. Even if I scream, I want off this battlefield, but my car won't start. It's impossible to walk far wearing a hoop skirt. I can't carry the parasol and my laptop. I need to meet a Confederate hero, interview his mother. My mind always freezes during landing until the wheels skid on the runway. We taxi, my thoughts return. If a horse gets shot, they shoot it again. I get back in the buggy and lay on the whip. I hope to get home in time for supper. My lover joined the army. A pigeon brings me his letters. Love, Johnny. I keep them under my pillow. I store them on my zip drive. I hear they shoot runaways, slaves, horse thieves, the soldiers. I understand the predicament, a need for black and white photos, but I couldn't pull the trigger. The pilot turns off the engine. The propeller slows to a standstill. I return the nozzle to the pump. The battle rages. I wouldn't send my sons confederacy of my genetic material. First, I'd take out their kneecaps with a shovel. I'd put them in hoop skirts or on the next plane, hide them with Grandpa's tobacco. I write, Dear Johnny, don't fuck with my narrative. Clip the message to the pigeon's leg. Open an upstairs window. The bird soars free. A contrail of feathers. I hit send. Winter will be cruel. Perhaps the fighting will be finished. Snow in the trenches. Newspapers stuffed in my goddamn